it has already been done by Orange session. No, it's the beginning of March. It's an onboarding session for Capgemini. And I don't know, Guillaume, as you are here, if you have more details about this.
Yeah, Capgemini asked us to have more information concerning Sylva. I know they already have one initial onboarding session, but it's another team from Capgemini, so it will be a French-based team. So I propose to make the introduction, and the second entity is the Linux Foundation Energy. So Linux Foundation Energy is not at all in the telco space. However, they are requiring some distributed cloud with a real-time operating system. So we will just introduce what we are doing, and we will see if there are opportunities or not. And we will present Sylva the 2nd of April.
Okay, good. Let's hope to have a new participant.
And Carlo, just to inform the participant, I've launched the record of this session.
Oh, thank you. I always forgot to do this.
Can I ask a quick question on the topic of onboarding sessions while we're at it?
Yes, sure.
So if I'm aware of somebody who would like to run one of those sessions or participate in one of the regularly organized ones, who do I turn to?
Well, I think you can contact myself or Guillaume, and we can arrange it.
Okay. All right, I'll send you an email.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we used to have some plenary onboarding session, and perhaps we can also consider this for this semester. I don't know, in April or something like this, where we can invite many potential partners.
Yeah, let's discuss that over email. I'm the one. I mean, this is triggered by one particular partner from our partner ecosystem who approached us. That might warrant, because there are a couple of particularities I think they want to discuss, might warrant a dedicated session. But of course, if there is a known schedule or a need for more general plenary style sessions, then we can talk about that too.
I think the dedicated sessions are also relevant for many partners. So we are aware about this. So if it's more adapted, yes, of course we can achieve it.
Yeah, I'll trigger that.
Okay, thanks. So then the next point on the general news is a presentation on the usage of Sylva and Nefio in a catalyst of TM forum. That presentation will be given by Hervé Stone, but he told us that it will be a bit late, so we can postpone this presentation at the end of the TSC. So we move to the other points, and I think we can move to work group 1. So Mathieu, is this the latest version?
The latest version. Sorry, I didn't manage to update the content of the file. I have troubles accessing GitLab today. Sorry about that, but it's a shame because we have a nice announcement. So the V1 has been released yesterday night. So it is tagged and available for playing with it. We do have a portal, kind of a technical documentation portal to start that is hosting some kind of quick deployment guides. I also published a high-level design, a high-level release note. So it's a good starting point, and we will continue releasing newest versions. I think for V1.1, I would love to have it before end of March with the support for 1.28 of Kubernetes. And some announcements regarding the CI. We had some troubles with the CI in the past days, so we need to fix some CI issues. And probably other things that we need to test, including the CI, to have some small fixes and small features for V1.1 end of March, I think.
Okay, very good. I think is a very important result, the release of version 1. Congratulations to all Workgroup 1 for this very important result. Any comment or question to Mathieu for Workgroup 1? I just saw a comment from Naomi.
Sorry, Carlo, that was just in response to Mark.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so no question.
I'm sorry, I was delayed. I was saying thank you.
Just additional comment on my side. So in the next sessions, of course, we'll discuss about what are the following steps. So we need to be aligned with the use cases. We have voted on the TSC part, for example, on the support of Open RAN, of tenant isolation. So on the coming, I think, 1 or 2 next Workgroup 1 sessions, we will also discuss to a first draft of technical roadmap, where we should align before sharing this to the TSC for a formal adoption.
Okay. Any other comment? If not, we can move to Workgroup 2, the validation center. So, Luis.
Yes, hello. First of all, I want to congratulate Mathieu and the Working Group 1 for finally having the version 1 release. I think it's the great a milestone. So congratulations. And in Working Group 2, well, the news from the last session is that we have validated a new network function, which makes 6 now. We have a total of 6 validation reports completed. So we are progressing. And the good thing of this one is that it has been quick enough. So this means that we have a cycle that is evolving and is now maturing. So the lessons learned from previous executions have been useful. And now, in this case, we had the functional test defined in advance with enough time. So we were able to validate very quickly. So this is good. We have 2 additional network functions in progress to be validated. So in the next weeks, we will have probably 2 more. And we have a new validation platform, what we call the Orange 3, that we can use for based on Lenovo hardware, that we can use for validating new network functions, new applications in general. Moving forward, well, we have to increase the backlog. But also we can start doing validations of some of the network functions with different configurations, because we have done some with OpenStack and with bare metal, and we can start redoing the same validations but in different configurations, which demonstrates actually the cloud nativeness in more depth. So this is something that we will be doing in the future. So Done one new validation, and next things to do, complete the active ones, the two that we have right now in progress. Do the next step of automation. This is something that we are working after the proof of concept. We are trying to introduce some more features in automation and having additional ideas. And we are preparing the session on the evolution of validation for the Sylva Day in March. So we are working on preparing that. What to share? The latest validation report. Every time we validate something, we share the result, and this is the link to check the report. And sharing that regarding the great news from Working Group 1, from moving forward, future validations will be done with version 1 of Sylva, which is the official release. And there's nothing to decide at this stage in this session. So we don't have big decisions to be taken to the TSC. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Luis. Any question or comment for Workgroup 2?
As we have more and more releases coming, how do you deal with sort of the various features which are available in the different releases? Once we have validated something pre 1.0, for instance, the same results should not be expected for 1.1, something like that. So how do you deal with this?
And that's a good comment. This is something that we should discuss. Now that we have version 1, do we want to revalidate everything with version 1, or we consider the validation good enough with pre-1, the version 0 dot something? Is that enough? This is something that we have to discuss. And the second thing is the features may depend, because some features are not required by all the network functions. So, for instance, we have right now one additional network function that is proposed. Well, one application, because it's not really network function. The name is not good. One application that is proposed that requires a GPU. GPU is not in any of the Sylva versions, so we cannot validate that. Once we validate it, once we introduce the GPU, we will be able to validate that. Do we need to validate the other network functions considering the feature of GPU? If they don't need it, we don't need to revalidate that. So this is something anyway that is open, and we have to discuss how we do that. But I think that the good thing is that in every validation report, we indicate what configuration has been validated against a network function. If anyone feels that there's need to do it in a different version, just to confirm that it's not having issues with new features that are being added, we can incorporate and revalidate some of the network functions. The good thing is that the cycle is being mature enough so as to allow us to do it quick. So we could revalidate some of the network functions if needed. I don't know if I answered your question. Really.
Yes.
Did I answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, other question or comments for Luis? If not, we can move to work group 3. Mihai, I think you are connected.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. Sorry for not updating yet the wiki. We just finalized the meeting prior to the TSC. So in terms of partnerships, it's been confirmed with Thales that on the 6th of March, we will have a follow-up meeting with them to discuss about further collaborating with them on Sylva in terms of security. We will define the agenda and the process of what exactly we want to tackle more specifically in the upcoming week. And on the UCS side, we've made quite some progress in terms of the analysis. We've almost finalized another chapter, which is the asset inventory. And until today, I think we have written 8 or 9 additional features from the security perspective for Sylva. So quite a lot of progress from the working group this couple of weeks.
Okay, thanks. Any question or comment for Mihai? I have just one request. If you could update the agenda so we can include the results that you just described in the minutes that will be issued in a few days.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let's move to work group 4 on energy efficiency. I don't think that Sundara is here and that there is no update here. I participated to the last meeting last week, and we had an interesting presentation from Orange on the results that they are going to show at the Mobile World Congress, a presentation together with a short video describing the activity for measuring the energy consumed in an infrastructure and the translation in terms of CO2 production. And I think that there are many interesting things. And we agreed also to start to have a more active cooperation between the Orange group and other participants that want to work on these activities. And we as team are going to activate some work inside our lab, and we will get in touch with the colleagues in Orange to start this joint work to integrate inside Sylva some of the tools that can be used to measure the energy consumptions for the singles application or pods inside the infrastructure. I don't know if there are others who participated to the meeting that want to add other comments.
Just to enthusiast your point, it's good that the team is joining us to develop in open source this solution, as we have done on Voyage, to transpose it to the CAS. So good.
Okay. Any other comments on workgroup 4? If not, we can move to the last workgroup, communication and adoption.
Yes.
That it may be Nicolas.
Yeah, can do the update in the absence of Andre. So first of all, I will also extend my congratulations to the workgroup 1. It's a big achievement, and it's a nice start for a project to start by respecting its commitments in terms of delivery. So very positive message to the ecosystem. So in order to put that in visibility, the communication group has prepared a press release with the contribution of many participants. So there will be a press release from the Linux Foundation with quotes from Telefonica, Telecom Italia, Orange, the Linux Foundation, and the Linux Foundation Europe. I don't think I forgot anyone. It will be issued on the 22nd. And in this press release, we will mention two news. The first one, the release of the V1, and the second one is the selection of Sylva for the Mobile Congress Global Awards, the GLOMOs, in the category Best Cloud Stack of the Year. So that's also, so we are finalists, sorry, we are shortlisted. We didn't win yet because the results will be announced during the Mobile World Congress. Yet, as a lot of actors are saying, it's already an honor to be nominated, so let's advertise it. Regarding the Mobile World Congress, there will be demos and presentation on in several places. So first one will be with self-focus. There is also a nearby computing. And also Sylva will be present on the SUSE booth. There will be with some presentation material. I don't know if there is a demo, but at least there are several presentations happening on the booth. And last but not least, we have good news also. There is a new general sponsor who joined the project. It's Open Nebula, and they completed their registration, their subscription, early this week. So that's good news. That's another partner joining the project. So, Carlo, I think Guillaume made the live update, and in order to display it, maybe you need to do a refresh of the page. It should work.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, Open Nebula appeared.
Right.
Okay. Are there any questions or compliments?
I just have a comment on the press release because I'm still struggling to get the final approval for our participation. I'm not sure we are going to get it. I'm struggling to, but in the worst case, if by tonight we will not get it, unfortunately we will have to remove Andrea quote on it. I hope
still have plenty of time.
Yeah,
still have plenty of time, Carlo. It's for tomorrow. Naomi, is it East Coast?
Yeah,
West
it's
Coast,
set
maybe?
Yeah, it's set for tomorrow at 9 a.m. CST. So what I will do, Carlo, I will just put a note in the press release for Noah. And if you have not or emailed him or I by that time, then we'll just pull it.
If I don't get anything by tonight, I will send an email to inform you.
Okay.
Okay. Any other comments for work group 5?
Yes, I've got additional points. Nicolas, you mentioned the Sylva Dev Day. Where there's a success on the registration part, I think.
Good point. Yes.
Yeah, I think we are almost at 50 registered and participants. So we do not expect to have so many participants in 2 weeks or 3 weeks of delay. So it's a good point. I think we have all the members of the board now. Also an important point. I've not checked, but this is what I have in mind. So my last message is for the actual. No, there's one missing members of the board currently, and so if you are last participants, be quick to register.
Yes.
Currently, to be accurate, we have 48 registrations with an overall capacity of 60. So still a few, still have some margin.
I hope to make my registration for a couple of persons from team. We are always late. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you can ask Noemi to block slots if you already know, even if it's optional. We have facilities to open to extend the invitation. For example, I have some backlog of external partners who are not so involved yet in Sylva. So I think they are not priority now because we have only 10 seats available. So don't hesitate to ask by mail to Noemi if you want to put an option.
Okay, I will do it. Okay, any other point for workgroup 5? If not, I think we can go back to the presentation that we announced before on Sylva and Nefio in a TM Forum Catalyst. I think that Hervé is connected, so
yes, I am. Hello.
Maybe someone you have to be elected as a presenter.
Yeah, because as of now, I do not see the shared button. Oh, it's great. Yeah. I need a promotion as a presenter.
Yeah, Hervé, I'm currently checking. Hold on a second. There you go. You should have it now.
Perfect. I will celebrate then. Okay, let me share the slide introducing you what we are doing in the TM Forum. I don't know if you are all aware with the TM Forum, which is a standardization body working mainly on anything related to the telco industry, to networking, and so on and so forth, and of course now expanding to the cloud. So those are the slides that we are currently working on inside the Autonomous Network Hyperloops Catalyst. This is a phase 5, so it's been 4 years now that we are working on that concept of autonomous networks, and especially applying what the TM Forum collaboration project defined in terms of closed loop assurance, but also now intent-based orchestration. And over the past years, we demonstrated how a network can be autonomous, looking at reaching the level 3, level 4, and now level 5 layers of the autonomous networks concept by applying the notion of hyperloops. So mainly those are closed loop assurance that are at the different level of the stack. And feel free to ask questions if you have, but basically you have the resource closed loop, service closed loop, business closed loop, and user closed loops. This is what we demonstrated in the past, applying those concepts to different verticals like smart cities, smart education, smart farming, smart tourism. And last year, we decided to create a new concept of a virtual command center as a service, because service providers are very good in operations. So why not selling this expertise in order to build a virtual command centers that can be used off the shelf by different verticals, whether it is the data center provider or smart industries or even the public sector. And for that, we are leveraging digital twins, AI, and autonomous networks. And you will see that this year, part of the network infrastructure, we want to bring also Sylva to showcase the telco cloud to telco edge continuum. So a catalyst in the TM Forum is divided into 2 types of participants. The champions, that are mainly the service providers. So you have here, in our case, NTT from Japan, Orange, TIM, Verizon from the US, Antel in Uruguay, Chunghwa Telecom here, and also now joining us, NTN from South Africa. And on the other end, you have also participants helping the champions to implement use cases. So mainly vendors. Yeah, here we have Beyond Now for the BSS layer, self-focus that you know guys already. S3 for the GIS and some digital twins. FutureWay for the Edge platform as well. We have something called the Cube Edge. InfoSim for assurance. Intersec for alerting and crunching of the 5G mobile data. And last but not least, UbiCube for anything that is related to the telco cloud to telco edge orchestration and the network infrastructure automation. And we are addressing the following challenges to be able to apply the concept of autonomous networks up to a level where we can also, as an industry, answer the need to heal dramatic events. So you're all aware that recently, more and more, we are suffering from floodings, earthquake, and mega fires, those disasters. And this year, we will implement that virtual command center as a service in order to provide with the first responder and the emergency services with a view on the network, on the remaining assets, but also with the ability to track people, users, and to be able to send alerts so that they can evacuate. So there is a lot of things that we will implement in the Catalyst, collecting the data from all the twins, doing AI to do predictive analysis, in particular, being able to detect where the fire is heading to, then crunching all the 5G data, and this is where we'll use also the camera APIs in addition to the TMF APIs in order to alert people. So I'm receiving messages. Yeah, and for that, we realize that you need to deal with different technologies. What is produced, for example, by the Digital Twin Consortium in terms of architecture, in terms of interfaces. You need to be able to do intent-based orchestration, but this intent then is coming from the digital twins, and you need, of course, to implement all those closed loops. So at the end of the day, we realized that in the different standardization bodies, in the different initiatives, such as Sylva, you have different solutions, different architectures, and if we want to implement that end-to-end scenario, that is the virtual command center as a service, we need to glue all those different architectures and solutions together to come up with something that is fully integrated and that can be consumed by, for example, the emergency services, which expertise is in saving people's life, not in orchestrating networks or in dealing with 5G assets and so on and so forth. So this is what we are doing by creating this architecture where we put the network, the physical layer at the center. We wrap that with the concept of autonomous networks so that you can have autonomous domains up to autonomous end-to-end services. Thanks to the information coming from all the different digital twins. And here we'll use different platforms this year, like the S3 GIS information, plus the ThingIn platform from Orange, everything integrated. We will use AI to normalize the data and also to do the predictive analysis. And in fact, there will be 2 AI engines, even 3 AI engines, sorry, one to do the predictive analysis on the fire, one to collect also information from users via a chatbot, and another one that will do the intent-based orchestration at the autonomous network layer. The idea is mainly coming from the service provider point of view to be able to package this solution through the classical business layer and to market it. So this is the concept, this is the architecture, this is what we will implement. And as far as Sylva is concerned, we want to deploy also the Sylva stack with Nefio to help the orchestration of the CNF and to host that at the edge, close to also mobile edge computing nodes, or I would say near edge, far edge, that will make platform that will also host the application. And for that, we need different components. This is what I mentioned, the GIS information. So we have the mapping between the telecom assets and the infrastructure, the roads, the trees, and so on, all the geographical information from S3. We have the chatbot that is provided by NTT, the digital twin layer. This is the thinking platform from Orange. The correlation engine, which is a self-focus, which will do everything that is related to data manipulation. The location intelligence from Intersec, the inventory from InfoSim, and the automation layer from UbiQ. As you can see, there's already a lot of solutions to integrate, but we really want this year to come up with a MVP that can be easily then productized if we want to deliver virtual command center as a service. Where is Sylva and of course Nefio used? It will be in different edges. This is the lab that we are currently building with the network, and for that we will leverage also the outputs from the ION Global Forum. So the ION Global Forum, it's an optical forum designing the future of all photonics networks. So you see all the nodes are directly interconnected over fiber in order to interconnect central data centers up to the edges, and we have different type of edges. We'll have some MEC platform provided by Docomo to run applications. This is more a near edge serving the different customers, the industry, the manufacturing plants, for example. We'll have also edges running CNF, and this is where we will use the Sylva stack. We will orchestrate also the deployment of the CNF through Nefio and showcase the lifecycle management of the network function itself. So this is, I would say, classical network deployment. What will be new is also the ability to track all the geographic information, and in particular to detect fires, to do the predictive analysis so that we know where the fire is going to, then automatically to crunch the mobile data to know exactly that, for example, this mobile user is here in the forest, the fire is heading to that user. So to send automatically a SMS, we have multi-channel support, but a SMS, for example, to ask him to move east, to evacuate, to look at the network resources, to do, of course, automatic rerouting of the traffic. This is part of the service and resource closed loop, and to do also the backup of some network functions. For example, here, if you have a private 5G core used by a company nearby, then we can automatically transfer that 5G core to the data center. But the idea is really to show that we have the full control of the continuum from the telco cloud, the data center, that could be a private or public, the network up to the edge. So this is really challenging, but again, this is the phase 5. So we have also a lot of artifacts that we can reuse this year. Do you have any question?
Guillaume,
Yeah.
I have a comment. You are managing the integration of Nefayo, of Sylva, and Camera API. So if you are doing this job, thank you, because it was one of our objectives this year. So you are paving the way for our future integration we have in mind. And also it can help us to address also the edge use cases and edge federation. So I think this trial can be very valuable on the Sylva perspective.
Oh yeah. Thanks a lot, Guillaume. And really, yeah, it's really a team effort here between all the different companies and champions. And yes, that's the reason why we want to go up to that level, that MVP level. And yeah, we have Orange team that are very active. So is NTT as well.
And I've sent you on the chat, on our private chat, that I do not know the Orange team involved because Orange is a big company. Perhaps
it is.
it's the same. It's the same for Kai and Carlo. So if you have our contact who are involved, I think it can be interesting that we can make the glue on this Sylva opportunity also with this trial.
Yeah. So yeah, I can update you on the team, all the key stakeholders that are there. On Orange, it's under Bernard Després, so Jean-François Baudou, and Frédéric Desnaux.
Okay.
So Frédéric is the one that is working on a daily basis on this one. But I think he registered. He told me that he registered to the Sylva Day, so we can also have a coffee break discussion. And on the team side, we have Massimo Banzi and Alessandro D'Alessandro.
Okay, good. I will get in touch with them.
Yeah. I would say the usual suspects in the TM forum activity.
Yes.
The good thing is that the event will be the main event is the DTW event, so Digital Transformation World in Copenhagen. This year it will be end of June, so you will see progress very soon because we have to build this demo for end of June.
Good, very interesting. Any other comment or question on this? Many thanks again, Hervé, for this interesting presentation. And
thank you.
If there are no other topics that we should discuss.
Maybe a last one coming back on the Sylva Dev Day if we have time.
Yes, please.
So the good news is we are reaching 48 registered participants, but we have a limited capacity. So what I propose we do is we are going to extract the registration list and share it with work group leaders. And we are going to kindly ask you to check that there is no key person or important to your work group that didn't register yet, because this will give us the number of seats we need to preserve for everyone to be present in the end. So we are going to do that, and we will send it to the work group leaders, if that's okay with you. Or let's say if there are no objections, because it's when nobody has to answer.
Yes.
No objections.
It's okay.
Okay, so we are going to do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other points to be discussed? If not, I think we can close here. Many thanks to everybody for this participation, and we will have the next TSC in a couple of weeks. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.